This week is a huge new comic book day, and it's time to get into it. Let's see what's on the pull list. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and this is the pull list. It's my weekly series where I take a look at everything coming out. I'll tell you which books I'm most excited for. I'll tell you the ones I'm a little behind on. We'll even talk about new trade paperbacks hitting the market for this week in New Comics, Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. If I sound a little weird, my apologies. I bit my tongue, so my tongue is swollen. Speaking is difficult, but we got to get through this video. So let's go ahead and start by shouting out our sponsor for today's video. And of course, that could be you. We are raising money to buy some new equipment around here. And to do that, I am offering some exclusive merchandise items and books for sale from my personal collection. You can learn more about the sale at comicsaredope.com/helpmeout. Anyone who makes a purchase between today and next Monday, whether you're making a purchase or you donate to the Buy Me a Coffee link or you join our paid Patreon tier, whatever you do, gets you an entry into our weekly drawing. This week's drawing for a $50 gift card to Panel Bound Comics, which will help you out a lot if you are looking for one of the books in the trade waiting segment. So thanks to everyone who's donated so far. And by the way, congrats to Donovan C. for being last week's winner. Now, let's get into today's video. And we're going to start things off with the books at the top of the pile. The top of the pile, these are the books I'm most excited about based on how much I enjoyed the last issue of the series. Now, we're going to start things off with Captain Planet and the Planeteers, issue number 5. Captain Planet and the Planeteers, written by David Pepose, art by Iman Castellos. I am pretty sure I'm behind on this series, actually, because issue 4 just came out, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. Like, I feel like there was quite the break between issue 1 and issue 2. And then all of a sudden this book was coming out like every week. Yeah, just check my notes. Issue 4 came out September 3rd and issue 5 is here on September 17th. So I got some reading to do. I got to go to my stack and catch up. But I will say, as fast paced as this release schedule is, that's how fast paced the comic is. It launches you straight into the action, which is always fun. I think that's what I love about David Pepose books the most. It'll give you all the emotional grounding, all the sentimental stuff, but it doesn't shy away from the action, and that's always dope. Anyway, Captain Planet and the Planeteers, issue number 5, out this week. Cover price is $4.99. And the other book at the top of the pile this week is Fantastic Four, issue number 3, written by Ryan North. I believe Humberto Ramos is still on art for this series, but basically Fantastic Four, issue 1 was kind of a reboot. I don't know that it was a reboot as much as it was just, let's renumber this since we got the movie coming out. But we are still in the middle of the One World Under Doom story arc, and Doom is absolutely the primary villain of this new run of Fantastic Four by Ryan North. In issue 1 of the run, he kind of launched the Four into different time periods, like hoping to kind of separate them and be rid of them forever. In issue 2, they kind of found a way back, but Doom can't be outsmarted that easily. What I have loved about this run, I told you guys in my Q&A video that I don't do a whole lot of like genre fiction and stuff. Superheroes are like my kind of window into genre fiction, and Fantastic Four has been the sort of science fiction book of choice. It's been really cool kind of playing with some of the wacky sci-fi ideas like time travel and pocket dimensions and stuff like that, but in a grounded, family-focused book like the Fantastic Four has been really dope. All praise that Ryan North is getting for this run is well-deserved. I'm really enjoying it. Cover price on this is $3.99. Next up, oh, wait, no, that's it. Those are the 2 books at the top of the pile. If the top of the pile is looking a little slim, it's because, well, I'm behind on my reading. So we'll talk about the other books in the stack here in a minute. But first, let's take a break and talk about some new series debuts that are on the radar this week. The On the Radar segment, like I said, is new series debuts, new story arcs, new jumping on points. If you are looking for something new to read, this is where you should jump in. And there is no bigger series debut this week than the Marvel and DC Deadpool Batman issue number 1. Deadpool Batman. This is going to be a big anthology featuring a whole bunch of Marvel and DC team ups. If I remember correctly, in addition to the Deadpool and Batman team up, we're getting a Wonder Woman and Captain America story. We are getting, let me look at these variants. Every variant cover, by the way, is a preview of one of the team ups that's going to be inside this book. So we're getting Daredevil and Green Arrow. Who is this? Psylocke and Huntress. Interesting. Deadpool, Batman, of course, Jeff the Landshark and Crypto the Superdog. So a lot of really cool team ups, and there's a whole lot of variant covers, a whole lot of ratios, a whole lot of incentives. I don't know how you're going to decide which cover to buy. I think the one I ended up pre-ordering is by Esad Ribic, which I liked that cover a lot. There's a Greg Capullo wraparound. There's a Scotty Young variant that's really fun. There are a lot of variants. Honestly, just go to your shop and see what you can find. Yeah, I think that's Scotty Young, because that might be the move. Anyway, Marvel, Batman, Deadpool, Marvel and DC presents Deadpool Batman issue number 1. That's definitely going to be the book of the week for most of us. And the cover price is a respectable $6.99. Marvel and DC teaming up for the first time in 30 years. They easily could have charged like $15 for this book, but I'm glad they did not. 1 second. I got to fix, you're hearing Discord notifications. I got to mute that. And we're back with another series debut for the week. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones issue number 1. The TMNT universe has been kind of slowly been built out over the course of this year, with Jason Aaron and Juan Ferrero on the flagship book, has been really, really good. We've had the Mutant Nation anthology series that's been really good, and for the most part, that's been where the majority of the Casey Jones content has been. And now he's spinning out into his own book. I don't want to spoil the events of the current run. Let's just say Casey Jones was put in a compromising position, and it's time for a revenge mission. So Casey Jones, this is written by Alex Packnadel with art by Amin K. Noel-Pan, who have been doing different fill-in issues on the Green Lantern run by Jeremy Adams. What I will tell you, because I've read this book, this issue is really good, and the art is amazing. If you're a Casey Jones fan, if you're a TMNT fan, you're going to want to pick this book up. Cover price on that is $4.99. Next up, this seemed too interesting to leave on the shelf, but this is the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa, issue number 1 from Oni Press. This is a part of the Nacelle verse, which is the same comic book universe as the Biker Mice from Mars, which I remember the Biker Mice from Mars as an animated series. Apparently, the Cowboys of Moo Mesa was also an animated series. I don't know if it was just before my time or I just didn't get that channel, but I'm always down for anthropomorphic animals. It sounds cool to me, looks fun in a stacked week. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cover price on that is $4.99. Another new number 1 this week is The Batman Second Night, issue number 1. The Batman First Night, was that what it was called? Yeah, First Night, I believe is what it was called. It was a Black Label series, 3 issues, and I didn't know it was going to get a sequel. So apparently you guys liked it a whole lot. Batman Second Night, issue number 1, cover price on that is $6.99. Should be prestige sized, by the way. And the last number 1 that I'm going to shout out this week is Creep Show. Creep Show, issue number 1. Let me tell you who the creative team on it, because it's funny. I told you guys I don't really read horror books like that, but I'll show it to you in case it's something you're interested in. That's why I thought it was interesting. Jeremy Adams is writing a story in this. Ow! I bit my tongue again. Jeremy Adams is writing a story in this book, and yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen Jeremy Adams write anything horror leaning. And as far as I know, like kind of the way he feels about horror is the way I feel about horror. So this is a new volume of Creepshow. It's a debut issue of the 4th volume with Jeremy Adams and Eduardo Riso. We'll see how it goes. Creepshow #1. Cover price on that is $3.99. Hey, it's me editing this video, and I forgot to talk to you about the Marvel Zombies Red Band comic. Now, to be fair, I did just talk about this in a video yesterday. Like, I gave it a full spotlight. It's written by Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan. They are a writing duo. It's got art by Jan Bazaldua, colors by Eric Arciniega. This book is good. This is really good. You know, for me, like I'll hold it here. For me, every superhero zombie book is going to get compared to Deceased. I feel like this is the first one since Deceased that like gives them a compelling reason to be zombies, or at the very least creates mystery around what may have made them zombies and really draws you forward. It's the Fantastic Four. They go on their space cosmic mission and they kind of come back to Earth as zombies. And the way this ends is really interesting. Now, this is a Red Band comic, and so you're going to get a whole lot of blood and gore and Red Band stuff. But yeah, really well done. I would definitely look out for that ahead of the Marvel Zombies animated series coming out next week. This is a brand new Marvel Zombies universe. You don't have to read any of the other Marvel Zombies stuff that came before it. Just know it is coming out tomorrow, this week. Marvel Zombies Red Band, issue #1, out this week. Cover price is $4.99, and it's pretty dope. And that's it. Those are all the new #1s that I'm shouting out this week. Not all the new #1s that are coming out. So if you got money in your budget after all the Batman Deadpool variants that you can grab, then feel free to grab one of those. Speaking of budgets, if I'm going to make room for any of these new #1s, I need to check mine. Now, I usually like to stick to a budget of $50 a week. And thankfully, this week, my stack is not going to be all that expensive. Including all the new #1s that I want to buy, I'm looking at a budget of just $50, a total of $50.20 out the door. That's how much I'll be spending at my LCS Fight or Flight Comics for the books that I've already got put away. So that means there's not really a lot of wiggle room, but I'm cool with that. So let's talk about the other books in my stack this week. What's waiting for me in the box? That's a good name for that segment. What else is in the box, in my pull box? Anyway, first up is Batman and Robin Year 1, issue #11. Mark Waid, Chris Samney. I'm behind on this series. I've been behind on this series since issue 1. Gosh, speaking is difficult. So difficult. I've been behind on this since issue 1. At this point, I'm collecting it for the covers. $3.99 on that. Next up, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue 38. Cody Ziegler. I don't know who's on art this time around. I am so behind on this book as well. I'm still reading the the Danielle Dinaculo issues, but I don't know if that's current creative team or not. Luigi Zagaria. Brian Valenza on colors, though. My favorite colorist at Marvel right now. $3.99 on that one. The New Gods, issue #10. I didn't realize that I never took this off my pull list, so I've been buying every issue. And at this point, the story arc is going to end at issue 12, so I might as well keep it going. Ram V, is it Evan Cagle on New Gods? And there's usually a guest artist for a few pages every issue as well. Simon Parr is the guest artist this time around. Interesting stuff. $3.99 on that. Next up is Ultimate Black Panther, issue #20. Gosh, it's crazy how behind I am on my pull list. I might just have to drop to trades on a lot of stuff. But Ultimate Black Panther, issue #20, out this week. Cover price is $4.99. Also on my list this week is The Ultimates, issue #16. Written by Dennis Camp, art by Juan Frigeri. We're about 3 months away from the return of the Maker. And this series has very much been a countdown to the return of the Maker, introducing us to new characters the entire way and preparing for the big showdown. Cover price on this one is $4.99. Next up is Uncanny X-Men, issue #21. The Uncanny X-Men I'm so frustrated by the X Office right now because just like, I can forgive Dynamite for Captain Planet because that book got pushed back due to distributor delays and issues and stuff like that. But Marvel and their decision to put out 18 issues of every flagship X title a year, we don't need that many issues. All love to Gail Simone and David Marquez and whoever else is on this creative team. But I feel like I am never going to catch up between the fact that we're getting 18 issues of each book and that they're crossing over with each other when we were told that there wouldn't be crossovers this early in the run. It just feels like a recipe for disaster. And I'm trying so hard to hold on because it's like, I don't want to not have an X-Men book on my pull list, but I also have a life outside of reading comics. And X-Men is not the only thing that I'm interested in reading. So anyway, issue 21 is out this week. Cover price is $4.99. Next is The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue 121. This rate, it'll take me about another year. It'll take us about another year to get the rest of The Walking Dead Deluxe coming out every 2 weeks. So almost there. I've been collecting this book for as long as I've been collecting comics. It'll be fun when it's over. Maybe bittersweet, probably mostly sweet. $3.99 on that. And that's everything else that's in the box waiting for me at my LCS to pick up. Fight or Flight Comics in Raleigh, North Carolina, by the way. If you're interested, you should definitely check them out. They're inside the Triangle Town Center Mall, and they are by far the best staff in comics, or at least in my neck of the woods. So that was in the stack. Now let's talk about the segment you've all been waiting for, Trade Waiting, which is, of course, brought to you by our friends at Panel Bound Comics. These are new trade paperbacks, new collected editions coming out for this week of comics, September 17th. And the first trade that's on my list this week is Assorted Crisis Events, Volume 1. This written by Dennis Camp and the first of a Dennis Camp double feature this week. This book has been amazing. I think Eric Zawadzki is on the art, and I have been absolutely loving it. Every issue is like, I don't know. What I love about Dennis Camp on every book that I've read him on so far is like the way he balances action and, kind of comic shenanigans with real world commentary. He does it really well in The Ultimates. He does it really well in Absolute Martian Manhunter, which he's also writing right now. But I think the best example of it is this book, Assorted Crisis Events. There's an issue where there's like a dinosaur apocalypse and like it's somehow a commentary on immigration and the journey of an immigrant and the sort of the horrors, or the horrors is an interesting way to put that, but like the thoughts that linger when you are sort of a first generation U.S. resident, right? Any interesting stuff all around. But in my opinion, this is the best book you can buy with Dennis Camp's name on it. I'm very excited for the first volume of the trade to come out this week for a cover price of $16.99. Next book in the Dennis Camp double feature is The Ultimates by Dennis Camp, Volume 2. This is going to give us issues 6 through 12 or 7 through 12 and the Ultimate Universe 1 year in special. Funny enough, this is pretty much where I fell off and fell behind on the Ultimates. Basically this whole Ultimate Universe, like Dennis Camp is very much a driver of it. The Ultimates is the one book that I would tell you need to read to understand what's going on in the Ultimate Universe. Everything else kind of feels really standalone until you get to the Ultimate Spider-Man incursion that is ongoing right now. Basically, the Maker got sent back in time, but he's going to come back in 24 months. And we are now on like month 20 of 24. But this gets us to, I think this starts, does the Ultimates start? I think the Ultimate starts like 6 months prior to the Maker's return. Either way, the point is this is going to give us like another. It's going to give you another 6 month window into the Ultimates preparing for the return of the Maker. Interesting stuff indeed. And like I said, every issue is somehow a commentary on like the condition of life. Really interesting stuff there. Cover price is $19.99. Next up from James Tynion IV and Matt Walsh, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Matt Walsh? What's that guy's name? that did the silver coin. I feel like I'm conflating his name and like some pundit. Anyway, Exquisite Courses, Volume 1, out this week. $9.99 is the cover price. James Tynion does a bunch of horror, so I don't read a lot of James Tynion. I saw a lot of people talking about this. It's only collecting 3 issues, but it's only $9.99. So seems like a value if you wanted to check it out. Really low cost of entry. Next up on the pull list or in the trade waiting segment is Rogue, the Savage Land trade paperback. This, is it Tim Sheridan or Tim Seeley that's writing this? I should have written this. Anyway, I got to write down creative teams or I'm never going to remember them. But the point is there's a Savage Land Rogue series, and I have to apologize to you guys because when issue 1 of this series came out, I was like, there's no way I'm putting this thirst trap next to my head. But my wife and I were just watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie from 1995. I love that movie, by the way. And when they go to like that island to get their new power coins, the lady that gives them their new powers is dressed exactly like this. Like exactly like this. So I forgive y'all. Maybe I was too harsh on you guys. You were just trying to connect to a childhood memory. And hey, there you go. Rogues in the Savage Land. Cover price on that is $19.99. And the last trade I'll shout out is Dark Pyramid from Mad Cave Studios. This is like a sort of dark suspense story based in Antarctica for fans of the Blair Witch Project and like just kind of creepy, eerie, suspenseful type stuff like that. The premise sounded interesting. And if I could find the listing, I would read it. But I didn't add the trades to my actual list on League of Comic Geeks, so don't have that. Cover price on that is $17.99. And yeah, that's it. Those are all the books on the pull list. Everything I'm shouting out for this week of new comics. And yeah, it's stacked. Let me know in the comments down below which DC or Deadpool Batman cover you're going to grab. I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and read something dope today. Peace.